EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from the Superdome. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Ready? Yellow waiting, yellow waiting.
Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
He's crashing. He's checking. 21. Yes. Tonight.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there. Good for a Saints first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
X3, 218, chopper.
Now Kamara. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12.
5-9.
At the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze. This is a catch by Ted Ginn. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Let's go. A gain of 12 brings up third and less than a yard.
Ready. 5-8. Check. Mike 42. Easy, opposite.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Jair Alexander up to make the tackle.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
Brings up second.
Kamara trying the right side, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, easy.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll go down at the 28. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
12. Easy, opposite. Watch the screen.
To throw, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. We're scoreless after 1.
5-9. Check, 42's the mark. Here we go, D. Watch the edge.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Kill. Joker.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Rodgers. He's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They'll run it. This is Irvin. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. They reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the...
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham taking it in as they are now on the board here in the first half.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
Let's put him on the buses.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Breeze now. Again has it complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
You kill. Rush in.
Trying the left side with Kamara. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready? You ready? 36.
Get off the field. 35's the mic.
From the 41, Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
4 down. Mike
53.
35. Danny. 35.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
He's coming. Jump out. Kill. Quick stone, travel. Run. Motion.
56. Mike, 56. Right.
Jump out.
56.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Being chased out left. He'll run it. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, D.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Open here is Allison.
That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down, all right? This is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play, and even better execution.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. The 2nd down carry for Irvin. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line.
A 28-yard gain. First down, Packers.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Complete. It's Irvin. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Next to score, Packers 18, Saints 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. He's got him in, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He can run for it, and he will. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. and he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on fourth.
You kill. 35, Mike 35. Watch QB drop. Here we go. Watch QB drop.
Breeze to throw for it on fourth. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
Let's go.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rodgers now to throw. And that's complete to Adams. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On first down, Irvin. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the run.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they want.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Easy.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here we go.
Breeze now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kevin King with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Irvin on the carry. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Here's Rodgers. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.